sport of boxing, bro. What I gotta go to 147 for you for when me and you could meet in the middle? We could meet 144.
That's what you proposing. 44.
Let's do it. What's the problem? I don't see the issue. You just fought, hold up. Let's remember correctly. He fought Brian Norman, and before that fight, he fought Jose Ramirez. When he fought Jose Ramirez, the weight was at 144 pounds. So if he's fighting at 144 pounds against Jose Ramirez 2 fights ago, what is the problem with fighting me at 144 pounds? That's how I look at it.
I think other than Shakur is just too small.
I think Shakur's gonna go up. I think he's the same size as you.
I'm about to say,
But I kid you not, despite everything that happened that night in the fight.
And if you think this is just another fight negotiation, buckle up, because reports suggest we might be watching the biggest game of chess disguised as a boxing match unfold right in front of our eyes. Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, 144 pounds. 3 numbers that have somehow managed to send the entire boxing world into complete chaos. And here's the crazy part.
Fighting enough top fighters, although I'll say this, he kind of set it off by trying to make the Tank fight.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that he deserves to be mentioned. It's his best win.
In this time of modern day era boxing.
For what he do for his son. I don't mind sitting at a real table, me and you, Devin, Jay, and we could sit there and negotiate and find what's right for the fight to happen. Let's do it. We all businessmen. We all could handle our own at the business table. So that's how I look at it. Like, I see Devin Haney as a hell of a fighter.
You won't believe who might have accidentally changed the entire conversation. Because just a few days ago, fans were arguing, promoters were talking, analysts were debating, and social media looked like it was one angry tweet away from catching fire. Then suddenly, everything changed. Almost overnight, almost too smoothly.
You on the list. I said, Bill, what list? He said, the list. You ain't know he was on the list?
Yeah.
I didn't know he had a list. At least I knew he had a list, but I didn't know your name was on the list.
Yeah.
Then he went from saying you was on the list to, saying you was easy work.
Yeah.
Shakur is easy work for Devin.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Are you easy work for anybody?
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Honestly, I was listening to it and I watched it. I seen the things he was saying, like, oh, we gonna walk him down and all of these things. So, I mean, all of it sounds good, but like deep down inside, Bill know. Like, he know. He know who I am.
Y'all got history.
He know.
Yeah.
I was probably one of Bill's favorite fighters coming up. Like, he can say whatever he want. Cameras out right now. They can go somewhere. So, Bill, I was one of your favorite fighters. He know it. Devin know it. Like, Devin used.
And that is exactly where people started getting suspicious, because according to online speculation, this wasn't supposed to happen this fast. 1 minute, everybody was...
I don't think it's easy for either fighter, bro. I say that's
But I ain't easy work.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I'm not easy. I ain't. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. I train too hard. I dedicate myself. I've been born for this since a kid. So all of these guys, any of them, let's do it.
Man, that's a fight I want to see, man. I hope y'all figure it out on the weight side, man. I think that's a great fight, legacy, great.
Arguing about weight. The next minute, everybody was talking about making the fight. Hold on. What happened in between? That's the question nobody can stop asking. Because if you've been following this story, you know the weight issue was supposed to be the giant wall standing between Devin Haney.
That we meet at 144. We are 2 champions in 2 different weight classes. He cited Floyd and Canelo, their catch weight of 150 pounds, the 2013 fight. He said, Haney, you fought at 144 just 2 fights ago against Jose Ramirez. So that was some really good points. Yep. Haney retweets it, go back and forth. Shakur says, so if I go for 144, no, I think Haney said it. Yeah, Haney said 144, we have a fight. Shakur says yes. I think that was the biggest obstacle.
Is that for the welterweight title? Would that be for Devin's?
And Shakur Stevenson. Fans kept hearing 147, then 144, then catchweights, then negotiations, then more negotiations, then tweets, then more tweets. At one point, it felt like boxing had turned into a group chat with championship belts attached to it, but then Shakur Stevenson stepped into the conversation and basically said something that changed everything. Reports suggest Shakur openly questioned why 144 pounds was...
Mouth is, will he actually fight Devin Haney? Will he go up to 144? Will Shakur go down to will Haney go down to 144? Should Haney fight Shakur Stevenson or Keyshawn Davis?
I'll take either one. I mean, the bigger fight is Shakur because he's the current 40-pound ring champion, and Shakur Stevenson, who's just. I mean, not that Keyshawn isn't at that level, but he's not. He's not there yet, and it's no knock on him. It just needs more time, more experience, and more big name opposition. Where Shakur already has that. So the bigger fight is certainly Shakur.
What's the better fight? What's the better fight? Yeah, I agree. The Shakur Devin means more to the history of the sport. Like, we got two guys that are in the top 10 pound for pound, name recognition. You can make a case that the winner is top 3, especially with Usyk sliding. And you're right, though. It would be more of a chess match. It would be more of a jab fest.
Matching wits.
I don't mean that in a derogatory way, jab fest, but it's just going to be a jab fest.
This is boxing, baby. Like, the jab is the most important punch in the book for a reason. That's the kind of fight, like, I would love to see that. And I felt like that with the Teofimo Lopez-Shakur fight, and you know, Shakur washed.
Suddenly such a massive issue when Devin Haney had previously competed around that number before. And suddenly the internet did what the internet always does. It grabbed the popcorn and started connecting dots that may or may not even exist. But wait, it gets crazier. Because while fans were busy arguing over numbers, Shakur was allegedly focused on something else entirely. Not Twitter, not social media, not public drama, real negotiations. Behind closed doors, away from the cameras. And if that sounds boring, trust me, it's not. Because every
people that saying that Devin is now going to be drained, you don't agree with that.
Man, listen, what I'm telling the people is the difference between he came in at 146 something for that fight. He'll come in. How much more drained is that? What is that? Y'all count up the pounds, man. Come on.
Sound like we ready to go then. I mean,
yeah. So never came in. He's never been 47 pounds anyway, though. So, you know what I'm saying?
So for all y'all that was stressing yesterday about Devin cutting 2 more pounds, that don't sound like it's much of an issue at all then. Okay. So I don't know. The thing is that for me and everybody else, they're 100% right. We worked. He's the champion. We worked at 147. It should be there. That's fair. This other shit is bullshit. But whatever. He voted and said he gonna do it. It's not something that I would. No, I would say it's wrong.
Every time someone says negotiations are happening quietly, boxing fans immediately assume something dramatic is happening loudly somewhere else. Then came what felt like a fake breaking news alert that somehow became the biggest talking point of the week. Devin Haney reportedly agreeing to 144 pounds. Suddenly, analysts started talking differently. Fans started talking differently. Even critics started sounding differently. It was as if somebody flipped a switch and the entire storyline changed directions. But don't get comfortable yet because...
Who you favor, G? Who I favor? Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I love that fight. And I'm slightly Devin Haney from watching the sparring, because it's things I've seen that was giving Shakur a little trouble. But at the same time, I can't do that. I gotta go 50-50, bro. I can't do that, bro. I can't just pick. It's too tough to pick. I respect both of them on a different level, man.
This is where the plot twist arrives. Some fans started saying this wasn't really about weight anymore. Nope. According to online chatter, the conversation had evolved into something much bigger. Legacy, risk, reputation, pride. Suddenly 144 pounds wasn't just a number. It became a symbol. A symbol of who was willing to meet in the middle and who wasn't. And then Shakur threw even more fuel onto the fire when he suggested that much of the public back and forth was just noise while the real business was happening somewhere else. Now hold on, read that again. Because if the public drama was only part of the show, then what exactly have fans been watching all this time?
Put Shakur some trouble with that. Shakur was there, but it was like, you little motherfucker, when I catch you. You know what I'm saying? That fight actually is going to be fought at a high pace, man. I don't see that being just no pick 'em apart show. I can see that fight really being fought at a high pace. And I have said before that I think Dev edge, but I'm gonna also be fair, man. I respect both of them too much to really pick. If Shakur is moving up, if Shakur do go up 44 to fighting, a lot of respect for Shakur. Shakur just fought at 40 for the first time versus Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean? So for him to jump up again, even though it's not fully at welterweight, but it is welterweight. Once you over 140 pounds, you consider it a welterweight. So, wow. I don't know. I'm just excited. I hope we can really make something happen with that. I hope we can really make something happen. You see Shakur in the ring and get shot, 47-pounder. I believe that too. I do believe that, but you gotta always leave room for the fact that Shakur did turn pro at 126 pounds. You know what I mean? He did fight at 30, 35, and 40. He moved up. Dev, you could take,
And that question opened a completely different rabbit hole. Because now people weren't just debating a fight, they were debating the storyline itself. Some fans believe Shakur is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Other fans believe Devin Haney has quietly positioned himself perfectly for the biggest statement victory of his career. And somehow both sides sound convinced they're right, which usually means nobody actually knows what's about to happen. Then came another twist. Bill Haney entered the conversation, and suddenly the narrative shifted again. Because while critics were talking about whether Devin would be affected by making 144 pounds, Bill appeared completely unbothered. In fact, reports suggest he practically shrugged off the concern. And just like that, another supposed obstacle started looking a lot smaller than before. But here's where things get really interesting, because every time one obstacle disappears, another one magically appears.
I just watch Conor Ben. I like Conor Ben too.
Yeah.
No disrespect
He
to him.
tough.
But I will fight him at like 154.
What?
I told you for the right fight.
154?
I swear I will fight him.
Kind of tough, man. He throws hard punches.
Like I said, for the right fights, I'll move up.
Is it hard to get up to that kind of weight?
I mean, you'll have to like, I guess, train a little harder as far as weight-wise and put on a little bit more weight. But I think skills pay the bills. Like, I feel like with my skills, I can fight a lot of guys at the higher weight class.
Will that slow you down defensively, though?
Nah, my defense is always there. Like I said, I spar with Bud on the regular. Like, I spar with big guys.
Network deals, fight dates, business details, contracts, television rights. The boxing world has a funny way of replacing one problem with 5 new ones. And yet somehow the fight keeps feeling closer than ever. Closer, closer, closer. That's the word fans keep repeating. Until suddenly another voice enters the story. Analysts, former fighters, boxing insiders. Everybody suddenly started breaking down what this fight might actually look like. And the descriptions were wild. Some called it a chess match. Others called it a masterclass waiting to happen. One analyst practically described it like 2 grandmasters trying to solve each other in real time while millions watch.
He's just champion in one weight class. He move up. But that's the fight that we really want to see you fight, Shakur. Oh, we would love to see you fight Haney. Oh, yeah, we would love to see you fight Haney, but we would love to see you, or I would love to see you fight Haney at 147 pounds. That's it. 147 pounds. Might take you 1 year. Summertime or late 2027, the Haney fight can be made. You've built your body up. You've been established at 140. You worked your stuff up. You know, fans are looking at your weight, Shakur. They looking at your weight. They looking at you and you're saying, man, well, you big, Shakur. You 100, look like you 165 pounds, man. What's the problem? The problem is you're not going to be sharp.
Not exactly the usual trash talk heavy fight promotion, right? But then came the twist nobody saw coming. The more people discussed the fight, the harder it became to pick a winner. Think about that. Boxing fans usually have opinions on everything. Yet here they were practically arguing themselves into confusion. 1 minute, Devin Haney's size looked like the deciding factor. The next minute, Shakur's defense looked impossible to solve. Then Haney's jab became the story. Then Shakur's timing became the story. Then Haney's experience. Then Shakur's ring IQ. Then back to Haney. Then back to Shakur. At this point, even the predictions seemed exhausted. But wait, it gets worse. Or better, depending on how much chaos you enjoy. Because just when the conversation...
Y'all need to figure out a damn way to make it happen. Shakur, yeah, we know that you don't want to damn get in the ring with no damn Haney. We know you scared of it. too. You know what I mean? You scared of all that weight he gonna put on after the damn weigh-in. I know. Trust me. I know. Yeah. And you scared to fight Keyshawn Davis too. Yeah, and Keyshawn, you scared to fight De La Santo. See, I'm telling you, all these every last one of these dudes got some flaws in their damn game. Yeah, they scared to death of certain fights. Yeah, every last one of them, damn it. Yeah, the only one, Shakalaka, he want all the smoke. He willing to go to 140, 135, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Shakalaka, he a real one. That's the reason why I get behind that, because Shaq is a real one. He want all the smoke.
Looked settled, another name suddenly appeared from the shadows, Keyshawn Davis. And now the storyline that was supposed to be Haney versus Shakur somehow had another major player trying to jump into the spotlight. Fans started asking questions. Could mandatory obligations affect everything? Could timelines shift? Could boxing do what boxing always does and somehow delay the fight everybody wants to see? Suddenly, nobody was talking about one storyline anymore. They were talking about 3, maybe 4, maybe 10. Every answer seemed to create a new mystery. And that brings us to the strangest part of all, the fear conversation. Not real fear, not factual fear, just fan speculation. Online speculation exploded as people started debating who respected whom the most. Because according to some fans, the tougher the negotiation, the greater the respect. Others argued the exact opposite. Before long, every tweet, every interview, every comment, every emoji became evidence and theories that somehow grew larger every single day. One sentence would launch 50 videos, one quote would create 100 debates. One reaction would become tomorrow's headline. It was boxing drama operating at maximum capacity. Then came another fake breaking news moment. Reports suggest people started realizing that if this fight actually happens at 144 pounds, it might become more than just another championship event. It could become a defining fight for an entire era. Suddenly, nobody was talking about records. They were talking about legacy.
I just feel like it's a big fight for me in my career. I just feel like it's a dramatic fight. It's just me moving up to 147. And I feel like me and Devin, we had like some sort of history going back and forth. So I just thought it was time to target him and try to get that fight.
You and Shakur have both said that, you're close, right? And you wouldn't fight each other. Have you guys spoken, though, about Devin Haney? Because that's a fight that looms for both of you. Like, did Shakur tell you about him potentially fighting Haney? Did you find out some other way? If so, did you talk to Shakur about it? You guys coordinate it all? Because that's a real opponent for both of you.
I mean, Shakur is a 140-pounder, man. Shakur is not 147. I'm mandatory at 147, so I don't know why people even entertaining Shakur going to 147. He's not a 147-pounder. He can fight 35 still. So there's weight classes in this boxing game for a reason, and I'm mandatory.
We're talking about pound-for-pound rankings. They were talking about history. They were talking about careers being reshaped in one night. And whenever boxing starts talking about history, things are getting serious. But hold on, because the biggest twist isn't who wins. The biggest twist might be the possibility that all this chaos accidentally created the perfect promotion. Think about it. Every argument increased attention. Every disagreement created headlines. Every negotiation update became content. Every tweet became news. Every rumor became a discussion. It's almost as if the entire boxing world participated in building anticipation together without realizing it, allegedly. Maybe. Perhaps. But the timing is suspiciously perfect, which brings us to the final twist, the twist that changes everything. What if the biggest winner right now isn't Devin Haney? What if it isn't Shakur Stevenson? What if it isn't any promoter, network, analyst, or commentator? What if the biggest winner is actually the fight itself? Because months ago, people wondered whether this matchup would happen. Now fans are practically counting the minutes. Months ago, people debated whether there was enough interest. Now the conversation is everywhere. Months ago, people questioned the weight. Now people are questioning history. And suddenly, the biggest mystery isn't whether Devin Haney can beat Shakur Stevenson. The biggest mystery isn't whether Shakur Stevenson can beat Devin Haney. The biggest mystery is whether all the drama, all the negotiations, all the speculation, all the twists, and all the chaos were actually part of a much bigger story that nobody noticed until now. So here's the question that might divide the entire boxing world. Are we watching two elite fighters slowly moving toward the biggest showdown of their careers? Or are we watching the most perfectly built boxing storyline of the modern era unfold right in front of us without even realizing it?